What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cherokee Hacks Life. Today I'm going to give you a quick unboxing and setup of the Fitbit Surge. I think you're really going to like this one. Now, real quick, this thing isn't cheap. It's $249 compared to $150 for the charge, but there's a couple additional things that this thing has that makes it pretty cool. Has GPS tracking, has a heart rate monitor, gives you some real basic notifications. So if you get a text message, gives you a notification. If you get a phone call, this gives you a notification as well. You can't necessarily answer the text back, or you can't actually make a phone call back from the phone, which is a bit of a disadvantage. Just like other Fitbits from before, tracks your calories, tracks your steps, tracks the distance that you walk, tracks your activity, your floors climbed, things like that, that all are standard staples of what Fitbit was created on. Another really cool feature of the Fitbit is that it also allows you to change tracks. So if you're working out and you actually have some tunes on, you should be able to hit the button and it'll move forward on the next track in your song. So let's open this thing up. You won't really be needing the box anymore. However, we'll say this, you will be needing this thing. And for some reason, Fitbit just insists on making their products kind of like Apple, where you need a proprietary type of charging station. I really wish they would just stick like a micro USB on it, because it's so much easier. It's universal and I don't have to go back, and if I lose this or if I need an additional charging area that I'm not near my home or something and I forget to charge my Fitbit, that I need to go back home or I need to buy an additional cord for, it's just a little bit more convenient, but I get it. You want proprietary software, you want proprietary products, you're gonna get a proprietary cord. So as before, Fitbit kind of did the same thing with the dongle, the little USB thing that's gonna be connecting to your desktop. You honestly won't be needing the rest of the things in here, because when you actually turn this thing on, it's gonna tell you to go to fitbit.com/setup. And we're actually gonna go through that soon, so you won't need this. You won't actually need this little thing either. And if you notice, it looks just like a watch. The biggest thing I want to tell you is make sure you pay attention to the sizing chart that's on the actual website or on the side of the actual product. Take like a string or a cord, or hell, take a USB cord or something, wrap it around your wrist, right? So it's close enough, and then you're gonna unfold it, make sure you measure it, take it straight out, put it on an actual ruler, and when you put it on the actual ruler, it'll give you a measurement. That measurement will tell you more or less what size Fitbit you need. Now, just to kind of give you an idea, I have a large here, and the large itself does give you a good amount of room. This actually, if I would have gotten a small, probably would have been too big or too small, but this one fits pretty comfortably in a large. I doubt you'll be an extra large unless you have like big ass gorilla hands. But if you notice, I have a pretty decent sized wrist, and I'm still two from the actual end, so the third, but I still have a lot of additional room should I actually need to make it any bigger. I mean, literally, if you need something bigger than this, and that's pretty darn large, you might actually want to go to National Geographic's website and let them know that you have found Bigfoot, because you might actually be Bigfoot. It's possible. So we're going to go through the setup on the actual computer, kind of give you a big visual just like I did the last time on setting up your Fitbit. So let's kind of go through the setup real quick of the Fitbit Surge that I have here. And again, these are the several products that Fitbit came out with. You got the Charge HR, the Charge, the Force, which is no longer active anymore, the Flex, the One, the Zip, etc. So we're going to go through the setup real quick. Remember, you want to plug in your dongle first, your little Fitbit thing that came in there. And you just want to go to click here. Notice again, I'm at fitbit.com/setup. Let's go ahead and click download here. Save. This shouldn't take too long at all. Alright, so once it's finished downloading, which honestly took a little bit longer than I expected, you want to click on the actual program, hit run, your region, United States, click OK. It's going to prepare the install. Welcome to your Fitbit Connect setup. It's pretty self-intuitive at this point. where you kind of just go through it. It'll fill out everything that it needs to fill out, hit install, and it'll kind of go through the setup for you. Then you want to go ahead and hit finish. It's going to run your Fitbit Connect. And if you notice here, it's going to update your dongle. Alright, so you want to go ahead and say set up a new Fitbit device. Go ahead and hit setup. You're an existing user, so you want to log into your account. And I already have a previous account, so let's go ahead and log in. So remember my password, go ahead and hit I agree, next. These are my vitals. Actually, my current weight, believe it or not, is 200 pounds. So let's go ahead and update that profile. And we're gonna go ahead and select our device. Now obviously, you'd pick the one that you're doing, but for purpose of this video, we're doing the Surge. Replace the Force, because we had a Force set up. And now, telling us exactly what's inside, pretty straightforward, power on your Surge. And here's what it means. We're gonna show you the video real quick while we're doing the setup. Let's see if I can get it good. You want to hold down the button off on the side for 3 seconds. And there you go. It's going to tell you let's get started. It's going to tell you about configuration setups. You're going to hit next and it's going to search for it. So I don't think you guys can see this because of the brightness in the background, but let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. There you go. It's connecting. So they found the Surge. It's going to give you a number on your actual Surge. So if you see that, it's giving me my number on mine. 6. Next. It's going to connect. It's going to update. So you want to keep it close, and it's going to update with its latest software, and this could take a little while. So let's kind of just hang tight, wait for this thing to download, update the Surge, and we'll continue with the setup process from there. Still got a little bit more to go, especially in terms of setting it up to your phone, setting it up to your music. So that's it. Your update's complete. Very cool that whenever you're within 20 feet, it will wirelessly sync. This is kind of Fitbit's way of making sure that you don't get any skin irritations again, just like people did with the Force from before. So again, you want to take it off every now and then because it is a plasticky, rubbery type thing on your wrist. So it can get sweaty, can get irritated. And here is my dash. Now, clearly I have not been using this very often at all, but we're gonna go ahead and set up everything on the actual phone. All right, so here we're gonna go through the basic setup of the actual Fitbit. As you can see, you slide across, tells you how many steps you've taken, your heart rate. Let's go ahead and put it on so I can start keeping track of my heart rate. And the one thing I will note is that for a $250 product, the rubber itself does feel kind of flimsy. Hopefully it actually does keep up with the rigors of working out. I mean, it is designed for it. So let's go through the settings real quick. Settings, we can set up our notifications. You can set up your classic Bluetooth. Heart rate tracking is going to be on auto. This is your version, regulatory info. If you want to shut it down, notifications are on. You got to push the button to go back. So here you can set up what exercises you're doing. Are you going for a hike? Are you lifting weights? Which is probably what I do the most often. Are you doing elliptical? You're doing a spinning class, yoga for all you yoga people out there. So I will note that after a while, it'll kind of just automatically keep track of your heart rate. It tells you how far you've traveled, your calories burned. I haven't actually moved much. So it still says I've taken 117 steps. All right, so for some reason, when I was trying to connect to this, it took an amazingly long time to actually sync up. And it just got stuck on the load screen. I got impatient and I basically turned the shit off. So I closed the app, opened it back up, and it looks like it's opening up and connecting just fine. Here's one of the cool things that you can do with the actual dashboard on your phone. You can change the clock face. So if you're a person that needs to look at it as an analog, you can change it to analog. You can also set up on which arm you're gonna be setting up your wristwatch. Typically, I set it up on my non-dominant arm. Music controls, to me, is actually probably really important. So to connect your music control, as it says here, you want to go onto your Surge, go to settings, set pair Bluetooth to classic. So there you go, the watch face already changed. So we're going to go to settings. We're going to make sure that our Bluetooth classic is set to pair. Okay. So this was actually a pretty large pain in the ass for setting up my device, my iPhone, to actually connect to my Fitbit, my Surge. So here's what I did to kind of fix that, right? In order to actually connect, you need to go to set this up to pair. If for some reason you're not connected to it on the first try, you have to restart your device in order to re-find the Surge Classic, right? In my instance, I restarted it. Surge Classic comes up, and then also on the phone, you'll see a code. Make sure you push on this top button. Don't try to push on the screen. Push on the top button to pair. Hit pair on your phone, and then it should connect and control your music. So now when you double click on the left, it's going to load your music. My music's actually playing. I'm not going to play it so it doesn't get any YouTube dings. And you should be able to control it moving it forward on your device. Now, to really test this thing out, let's test it out on Spotify. So, put my workout track on. There it's playing. It's connected. And if I wanted to change the track, there you go. Change the track on the phone, change the track on the device. Perfect. Pause it, right from the device, pushing on it, click back, and it will go back to its original stages. So cool, guys. That was basically the setup on the Fitbit Surge. I'm going to be going through pretty much a testing process over the next week or two. Really putting it through its paces, making sure everything kind of works the way it's supposed to work, kind of giving you a review on it later on. Make sure the GPS kind of works, so that means I'll probably be running, which I hate running, but I'll be giving you on that. I'll also be testing out all the different functions to it, really. As you can tell from some of the video, it is a long, lengthy process in terms of actually setting it up, but hopefully it's well worth it. For 250 bucks, it damn well better be. But as always, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Talk to you later.